Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of history's most enduring mysteries, a story that truly keeps me up at night. Imagine a world where the cures for modern diseases, blueprints for impossible machines, or even the secrets to eternal life were just gone, vanished. That's the chilling reality of the Library of Alexandria's destruction. For centuries, a single haunting question has plagued historians, scholars, and curious minds like us. What did humanity truly lose when its greatest repository of knowledge burned? And, even more importantly, could we ever get it back? The library wasn't just a building. It was the entire ancient world's internet, a data center of unparalleled wisdom, a literal beacon of ancient knowledge that illuminated the entire Mediterranean. It was born 2,300 years ago, out of one of humanity's most audacious and incredible goals, to collect all the knowledge in the world under one roof. This grand vision, initially conceived by none other than Alexander the Great himself, was executed by his successor, Ptolemy I, creating a living, breathing hub of learning that profoundly shaped our modern world in ways we're still discovering. Now, picture this. The library was strategically located in the bustling royal district of Alexandria, a city designed to be a hub of global culture and commerce. It wasn't just shelves of scrolls. It featured magnificent lecture halls, classrooms, and even botanical gardens where scholars could study and debate. The early Ptolemies, these visionary rulers, began filling its vast shelves with primarily Greek and Egyptian scrolls. But here's the kicker. They weren't content with just what was available. Their ambition was total, truly imperial. They wanted a copy of every single book in the entire known world. Can you even imagine that level of dedication? Alexandria rapidly became the ultimate intellectual choke point. Ptolemy III instituted an absolutely ruthless policy, requiring every ship docking in this massive Mediterranean hub to turn over its texts. No exceptions. And here is the twist that shows you their absolute commitment to knowledge, the library. As scribes immediately got to work copying these texts. But they didn't return the copies. Oh no, they kept the priceless originals and sent only the copies back to the ships. Talk about a high-stakes intellectual heist. This relentless pursuit, augmented by hired book hunters scouring the globe, and a desperate attempt to quash rivals by halting all exports of Egyptian papyrus, brought hundreds of thousands, potentially even 1 million, books into Alexandria's growing vaults. This wasn't just acquisition. This was knowledge acquisition on an imperial, unprecedented scale. As the collection swelled, navigating this vast ocean of information became nearly impossible. Imagine trying to find one specific answer inside the world's largest, unindexed server. Pure chaos, right? Luckily, a brilliant scholar named Callimachus of Cyrene stepped forward. He created what he called the Pinax, a monumental 120-volume catalog, the very first of its kind. This groundbreaking work allowed others to actually navigate this ocean of wisdom, making the library truly functional. And the breakthroughs that followed were absolutely staggering. 1,600 years before Columbus ever set sail, Eratosthenes, a scholar at the library, calculated the circumference and diameter of the earth within just a few miles of their actual size. Think about that for a second. And then there was Hieron of Alexandria, who devised the world's first steam engine a full millennium before the technology was finally reinvented during the Industrial Revolution. Can you believe it? So what else truly was hidden on those meticulously organized shelves? We're talking about potential cures for diseases we still struggle with today, advanced ancient technologies that could have propelled us forward by centuries, and philosophical treatises that could have altered the entire course of human innovation and thought forever. It's mind-boggling to contemplate. The library thrived for about 300 years, a golden age of intellectual pursuit. Then came the moment most history books cite as the catastrophe. 48 BCE, Julius Caesar laid siege to Alexandria, and his forces set the harbor ships ablaze. For years, historians believed this inferno spread into the city, consuming the library in a single, decisive, dramatic moment of destruction. But that, my friends, is the comforting myth, the easy, dramatic, single-event narrative we've been told. The terrifying truth is far more complex and, frankly, far more insidious. We know from ancient writings that scholars continued to visit and utilize the library for centuries, asterisk after asterisk Caesar's siege. This wasn't a sudden, cataclysmic bonfire. The true loss of Alexandria was not a grand, fiery spectacle, but a slow, agonizing suffocation, a drawn-out decline that was arguably even more tragic. The decline was fueled by a toxic mix of political instability, relentless external pressures, and most damningly, a gradual internal erosion. As the city transitioned from Greek to Roman, then Christian, and eventually Muslim hands, each new set of rulers often viewed the library's vast contents less as a source of universal pride and more as a looming threat, a repository of ideas that challenged their own growing ideologies. Beyond dramatic destruction, there was the quiet decay of priceless scrolls, slowly turning to dust, and the even slower loss of the dedicated scribes and scholars committed to preserving them. This insidious shift climaxed tragically in 415 CE, when Christian rulers, viewing the ancient Greek texts as blasphemous, brutally murdered the esteemed mathematician and philosopher Hypatia, a brilliant woman associated with the library's legacy. It is a chilling reminder that the insidious forces that truly tore the library apart were not just fire and war, but something far more dangerous: the fear of knowledge itself and the arrogant belief that the past was obsolete, that everything worth knowing had already been discovered. The profound impact of this gradual demise lingers like a phantom limb on human progress. We only need to look at the recent discovery of the Antikythera Mechanism, an impossibly complex ancient astronomical computer, retrieved from a shipwreck, to confirm that incredibly advanced ancient engineering and scientific understanding truly existed. So what medical or astronomical texts were lost alongside it, potentially setting back our understanding by centuries, even millennia? The immense gap between ancient breakthrough and modern rediscovery is the deep, dark shadow cast by Alexandria's final secrets. But here is where the story takes a fascinating turn. The story doesn't necessarily end in dust and ashes. If all that knowledge didn't burn, where did it go? It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? We know for a fact that some scrolls were indeed dispersed, traced to other ancient libraries and private collections across the Roman and Byzantine empires. The burning question is, how many more are still out there, just waiting to be found? Today, the relentless search continues, highlighting expeditions still hoping to find buried remnants. Archaeologists are making incredible recent finds in Egypt, unearthing ancient sites that hint at deeper connections to the library. And now, in our digital age, technology is giving us a new, incredible weapon in this timeless hunt. Artificial intelligence and advanced imaging techniques are being used to decipher previously unreadable, carbonized fragments, tiny remnants of scrolls that were once thought completely lost. Researchers are attempting to reconstruct the wisdom the ancient world lost, piece by agonizing piece. We are still grappling with the best ways to collect, access, and preserve our knowledge today, recognizing that even our seemingly indestructible digital archives might be no more resistant to destruction or obsolescence than fragile papyrus scrolls. When we explore the tantalizing possibility that some of Alexandria, its lost secrets, might still be waiting to be found, we realize that the pursuit of this lost wisdom isn't just about history. It's about understanding our own potential, a potential arguably stunted by 2 millennia of absence. The difference this time is that we know the insidious forces we must truly prepare for, the fear of knowledge and the arrogance of believing we have nothing left to learn. The question is no longer, what if the answer to humanity's biggest problems was lost in a fire 2 millennia ago? But rather, how close are we now to finally unearthing the silence and rediscovering the knowledge that vanished? What do you think? Could we be on the cusp of truly unlocking Alexandria's last secrets? Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through time and mystery. If you found this as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into history and forgotten knowledge, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What lost piece of knowledge would you most want to recover? See you in the next video.